Well, good afternoon. We are at John's Dungeon Corner at the Collective in Altamont Springs, Florida. We're still sunny and it's warm and only going to get warmer. Even though it may rain, we don't care. We can stand the pain. That's a rhyme. In time. Anyway, so about the show. Boy. See all this crazy stuff around me? Let me start with, I know. Let's talk about tomorrow. It's always good to talk about tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is Saturday, June 4th. Remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I told you it's going to be game day. And game day is going to be amazing. See right there, it says it. Saturday, June 4th. Learn to play all the biggest games of the summer, including Dungeons and Dragons. Happy Friday, Sarah. Welcome to the show. It's actually called John's Dungeon Corner, but I like to go the show. All right. So we got really cool stuff. So we'll talk about Saturday. Back to Saturday. I say hi and get off track. So tomorrow we're going to have all kinds of games. We're going to have board games like Citadels and Betrayal, Baldur's Gate. Hint, hint. That's about Dungeons & Dragons. Shh, don't tell nobody. We're going to have Axis and Allies demo. We got Sushi Go. And this is a really fun game. The Great Moody. We actually did this on a game night when the Friday night game night was being broadcast. This game is so crazy. You can have seats. You can have hats. And if you ever want to know what all that means, well, come in tomorrow and we'll tell you about it. That's right. Brendan is the master of the Great Moody. I think he actually won that game, too. It's crazy like that. He always wins. Anyway, says the eerie voice in the background. But it's done in the corner, sir. Anything's possible, right? Anyway, all right. So we're going to have all that. We're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to talk about board games. I think there's going to be a couple miniature guys here with the Battletech group. Just a lot of fun. Bring the whole family. Learn how to play some of these games. Take them home. Play them. All of them are available here and much, much more. I mean, there's so many board games here. You can spend a whole month and probably never play the same game twice. That's how crazy it is. But it's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's talk about new stuff real quick. And then I got a guest I'm going to introduce. Daddy, what's up? And technically Wednesday, too. Well, I was here Wednesday. There just weren't any Dungeons & Dragons going on. All the dragons flew the coop. And the dungeon got flooded. Okay, so new stuff. Willie Blanco. Never fear. Willie Blanco is on. Yes, sir, he is. That's my brother all the way from New York. Anyway, all right, so listen, new stuff, right? One thing, first and foremost, we got Magic, the Baldur's Gate, Magic the Gathering, the Baldur's Gate Commander set is out. It's looking pretty good, too. It looks pretty good. Looks kind of crazy. That should be a lot of fun. You know, Magic has a lot of the Forgotten Realms stuff coming out. Now we're in Baldur's Gate. Hey, isn't that funny? We got the Betrayal Baldur's Gate that just came back, and we got the Magic the Gathering Baldur's Gate. And there's a module Baldur's Gate. So go, wow, crazy like that. All right, so that's the first thing. That's one of the first things that I wanted to talk about because that's all D&D. 2, we got the Fizbin. What is it called? Fizbin's Treasury of Dragons. It goes with the wonderful book that came out, which is available here. You got to come and get it while you can. It has it's just amazing. You just got to come and see it. It's just the artwork in it and the information that you can get out of it is amazing. And remember, I always told you the books, even though we have the basic books up here, what you need, the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Monster Manual, Player's Handbook, some of the books that come out, they expand the races, they expand the skill sets, they expand the classes, but there's certain books that are just like an encyclopedia, okay? And one of them is definitely Fizbin's Treasury of Dragons. You learn all things dragons. I mean, it's just amazing. And as you can see, these are 2 of the miniatures that come in a set, and I love them. The first one, of course, is an Amethyst Dragon. And the second one is a Sapphire. We're going to take a closer look at these. Actually, you know what? While I'm talking about that, let me introduce to you one of the game masters, dungeon masters, that have been running games here and there and everywhere. And we finally locked them down, and we were able to bring them to the collective. He runs a game, but I'm going to let him tell you about what kind of game he runs. All right? So put your hands together, wave them in the air as we welcome Andy to the show at the Dungeon Corner. Come on in, Andy. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. So this is Andy. He's one of our Wednesday game masters, and he's going to tell you. So here, I always ask everybody a question because that's just the way it is. So what got you into Dungeons and Dragons? Okay, it's not my fault. It's not.
This is my dice addiction.
Oh, let's not talk about dice because look, we got dice. Anyway, no, let's talk about. So you got to run a campaign here. Tell us about it.
So the campaign I run here is the Lost Mine of Fendelver. Starter set level 1 through 5, really helpful for players that are getting into the game to go from levels 1 to level 5. And you can put anything in there. I would suggest using the pre-written characters, but if your players are like, oh, well, I want to try this, be like, okay, here's what you can do.
You know
I
what?
personally...
Hold on. While you said that, so that's the basic set. But there's we've talked about this on the show, so they know what I'm talking about. There's also the next one, which is the advanced version that lets you create your own characters. It kind of all melds together, right? Right. So it all kind of melds together, right?
Well, the Lost Mine of Fendelver is kind of the starter where at the end, like close to the end, you fight a young green dragon. And then you can continue by going into Icefire Peak or what I want to do, which if my players are watching, don't bring this up.
Oh, no. Spoiler alert.
Is one of two things. Either have them get a message and take them into the Descent into Avernus. So we skip all of the Baldur's Gate part, which I know a lot of the DMs are like, okay, that's fair, because for newer players, it's definitely going to be more difficult. Even as a level 1 player, it's difficult. Or I could take them into the Rise of Tiamat, because you already fought a green dragon. It's like, okay, now we got to go stop a cult that's trying to summon Tiamat, bring in all the other dragons. A cult,
he said!
You run a cult. That game at your house is a cult. You cannot lie.
We have yeah, I got a cult. I got a cult based game going on right now, sort of. Says the detached ethereal voice. I love it. Hey, you know what? This is what's fun about this. So all right. So you now talking about the game at home. You run another game.
I do.
Actually, for us, for 4 of our 4 players. Let's talk about that because now here that's the beginner set, right? So he game masters the beginners, and he does a really good job with it. He has a nice large group of like 6-7 guys that come and play weekly, like religiously. Four now,
because unfortunately one of my players had to leave. 2 of the other players had to leave because one of them was in the States.
Well, don't feel bad because I lost a couple players.
You guys are more than welcome. Anyone who is new and wants to try, we are currently at level 2. So if you want to come down. On Wednesdays, it starts at 6:30.
Yep.
If you want help with your character creation, you could be here by 6.
Yeah.
And I will help you with it.
Yeah.
So you guys are more than welcome to come down.
Oh, you know what? And I got 2 guys for you. They're Marine Corps staff sergeants. They were in here the last Wednesday, but whatever. So I'll make sure that they show up and play at your game. I'm gonna see them tomorrow again. In fact, we'll talk about tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow's the game day, so we're gonna talk about that. All right. So anyway, back to this. So let's talk about the one at home. Let's talk about the home campaign. What's that about?
The one at home, for those of you who are more adept into Dungeons and Dragons, it is the not Strixhaven. I want to run that though. Is the Curse of Strahd game. So Barovia, Strahd's Castle, all the fun, slightly spooky gothic horror.
Sunblade.
Gothic horror fun time. It is definitely much different than the game I run here because my characters or my players, this one included, wrote a backstory that was like maybe a paragraph long. I think yours was the longest. And
that was like 2 pages, but
yours was the longest. So I decided that in order to get them intrigued, I was going to use someone's backstory to start the game. Somebody regretted it.
We're done. That's it. You're done. Good grief. That's what happens. See, I rolled a natural 20 though. So I'm all right.
But
see that natural 20. Natural 20 on the dice. Talk about dice. So let's talk about dice. You got a dice collection, but let's talk about these dice.
Oh, these dice.
So the collective has so many dice. I was amazed when you go into game stores. Let me say this. You go into game stores, right? And you see like dice. And sometimes it's just a little case of dice, and sometimes they got like a section of dice. And then you walk in here, and I'm gonna tell you, I frequent game stores because I go here and there just checking things out. seeing if I missed something, and if we missed something here. And I'll tell you what, when you walk into this place and look at dice, you've got dice from the basic starter set of dice that are they're in a tube, they're these little squares, and they're just plain regular dice. Nothing wrong with it. Full sets that you can use to play. And then they go all the way up to like these gorgeous, like metallic dice that are like a pattern and they're synced and they're themed, and then you've got the character dice, and then you've got these beautiful, like here's a set of rainbow dice that are just gorgeous. And of course my favorite, these are like, obviously I have all these dice, these purple ones, I own them all, so I can tell you that, and they're just amazing. And of course, as I always say, you can never have enough dice. So what if I have like over 400 dice? I got a dice bag to hold them all. I just got that too, made in England. I showed you that too.
I personally like the D100s they have out there, where it's like some of them are copper. One of them has like a nice gold finish. You guys come on here and check them out.
You gotta see.
They got like a whole wall.
Jason, what's up? Quick roll perception to see if you can keep the lights on. Oh, yeah, we rolled an 18. 22, so yeah, we're good, man. I'm gonna tell Brendan, by the way, the dungeon master here. Okay. See, I rolled a 20, so I'm good. Anyway, all right, so hey. All right, so talking about dice. Oh, you guys got to see this. I'm going to unveil this. Okay, I already cut the tape because I didn't want to sit there and try and get caught up in it, but they just got here. Take those up there and put them up there so they can see it. Put that up to the camera. These are character dice. They are awesome. Look at that. That's the case for them. Okay, that's for the paladin. Every class has their own. Now, what? Here, wait a minute. You don't get to open that.
I was gonna try.
Yeah, now he wants to sit there and open it. No.
You're gonna open it?
That's what. Well, yeah, but I am going to unveil it. See,
fair enough.
That's John's Dungeon Corner. It doesn't say Andy's Dungeon Corner. See what happens when you bring a game master on, a guest game master. They want to take over the game. All right, here. There's the lid. Now inside, you got a nice tin, right? But here's what's cool. Now, I got the Paladin set. Check these dice out. Now, they are amazing. They're like these gray and black marbled dice, and it's the first time that I really see black numbers on a set of dice. There's pretty much the equivalent of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's 15 dice in here. 15. Yeah, these are like appropriate to like the classes. So like if this was a rogue set, it'd probably have more 6-sided dice in it because rogues do the backstab. Now this is the paladin set. So this bad boy has 3 D20s. So here we go, 3 D20s, 2 in gray and 1 in like a silver, a gold and black white set. So show these up there as best you can. Don't drop any.
I honestly thought it'd be more D8s for Divine Smite.
Well, there are 3. I think there's 3 D8s in there also. Ooh. But, look at that set. Grab one of the black ones out and show them. One of the ones that are like a nice D20. There's a D8. That's what I'll get one of the D20s. Look at that one. Those are gorgeous. Now, obviously, they don't do justice on the camera because we can only do.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't do it justice. It is very beautiful.
Yeah. But these are gorgeous. And, I show you stuff on the show, but unfortunately, like Andy just said, you really can't do it justice. You just got to show this thing on even with an amazing camera, it kind of comes out. You don't really see the depth and detail in these things. So those just came in. And like I said, they came in for every single class. Now, look, unfortunately, like everything else, everybody's trying to get all the new stuff, okay? We got 2 full sets of every class here. So the first 2 people who get them, got them until we get restocked, all right? Now, I will tell you this. That first Paladin set has already been bought. I already bought that set. So that one's gone.
There's only like 2.
No, there's only 2 of each. That's all we got.
No, there's only like two full sets left, like 2 of 2. There's
only
like the monk and the alchemist that are left. Like every other one is just like one of.
Yeah, so there you go. I'm telling you, these it's like the spell cards, it's like the tins. Everything comes in, and when it first launches, you only get so many because they only made so many. And then we got to wait on the restocks. So, hey, we got it. We got to jump on things when we can. All right, so we talked about the dice. We talked about, and listen, for dice, check these out. These are really cool. I don't know where these come from, who made them, but I think they're the coolest things. Towers? Yeah, these are like little dice towers. Check this out. Put it up there. These are like little dice towers. Simple little dice towers, fun little dice towers. If you don't want something really complicated, something being you're limited on space, they're trying to do everything they can to help players. Sometimes you don't have a big table. You need something small. There you go. That's a nice little dice tower. He's a funny little guy.
You can doodle on it.
Yeah, you can doodle on them. You can draw some art, and this is a werewolf one. And they've got these here, and there's all kinds. You've seen the dice towers. Oh, run your hand across the camera. I froze. Now he unfroze. See, it's great having a game master here.
Magic.
And then, of course, if you want to store it, I love these. And, of course, this one's purple because, well, we got these back in. This is just to let you know we got them back in. The Norse Foundry dice trays that you can actually store your dice in. I love these things. I love them. I have one that I use here. And the dice trays, these are really cool. These are smaller. Like I said, everything they're trying to make it to where you can put it anywhere. So this is a smaller dice tray. It's I'd say maybe it's like 5x5, 4x4. It folds up. It's in a nice little dice tray. It looks magnetic. I believe it's magnetic. Let's see. The tray of folding, blah, blah, blah. Metal dice. Yeah. I think it just pops in. Yeah. So it's really nice. Okay. So there's that one. Nice little dice tray if you want to put that one together. And, of course, dice. I love my dice. Now, okay. Well, I think I've talked about. Oh, no. I got to talk about this. This is important. I've been wanting to talk about this. I'm just kind of throwing a lot of stuff out there. We just got back in. This is really neat. So I've shown you a lot of different, like the Warlock tiles. I've shown you the tiles that are the cardboard tiles. I've shown you the flip out maps. A lot of different things. Okay. Oh, those are magnetic. Thank you, Danny. They are magnetic. So these dice towers that I just showed you from Norse Foundry. The tray of folding is actually magnetic. So it just boop, 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 goes together really easy and comes right back apart. So I've talked to you about terrain and different things that you can build and this and that and the other. So there's a thing called the Game Mastery. It's Game Master. And it's designed to let you build your own. Now, this is the Dungeons and Caverns core set. It is amazing. Go ahead and show that up there. And then flip it around if you would. So that's what it looks like there. And honestly, it's a bunch of it's foam. It's how to create your own scenery out of foam, which you've seen on the internet. You've seen in a lot of places, and it's beautiful. You can build caverns and just buildings. And this has the paints in it. It has the hot wire. It has all the what is that? The XPS glue and a tape measure. Rulers and just everything that you need to build scenarios. And it's got a book.
The best part is that you don't just have just the styrofoam comes in the set. You also have the styrofoam set that comes that's
right. And then over here, there's a scenery but booster pack that's just the foam. And I know that sounds crazy. Well, why am I buying this foam? Sometimes you can just go get any kind of foam you think. But I think that when you build it with something like it did it again. There we go. Thank you. Oh, now
I broke it again.
You broke it. It's broken. There
we go.
So here goes a scenery booster. And this basically has foam. It is just foam. And can you use any kind of foam? Sure you can. But I like to support my hobby store. So that's what I get.
Support your local stores.
Yeah, support your local hobby store. And then this one here. Now this is really neat. This is Ruins and Cliffs terrain set. This one comes with the primer and more paints and things like that. And the wire, it's just really neat. The stuff that you can build here, show them that. I like it. Now, Fiona, who is also the person who teaches the painting here, made a couple pieces. I'm going to let Andy take them up there and show them to kind of give you an idea. So here's a basic hill. Here's like a little hill terrain area that you can build out of it. Okay. That's really neat. All right. And then we've got stairs, dungeon stairs. And notice that you put some on water bottles. All right. That's what you can paint them real easy. You ain't got to get all fancy schmancy. And then here is a brick wall. And this is really cool. I had some more of her things, but she had to take it because she's been teaching classes. She teaches classes. And, if you come in here and you get one of these sets, and she'll work with you. That's a wonderful thing. And I reiterate this over and over again. The collective has a bunch of folks that will teach you, help you, take their time out of their lives to help you get better, whatever it is you want to get better, as far as like painting and modeling. And
Speaking of that,
yes,
speaking of that, and on the game store for Saturday, it does say that it's going to be teaching you a bunch of different games. This is them trying to reach out in the community, and I'm assuming, not an assumption here, that because the Magic the Gathering, if you're trying to get into Magic, there might be people there willing to teach you.
Yeah, they might. Now, it's going to be quick tutorials. We're going to give like these little quick intros into everything. And if we have the space, because, game day gets crazy. We have a lot of people here at times. But if we have some open areas and we'll have extra people here, like Andy will probably be here. Are you going to be able to make it tomorrow?
No.
No, okay. Well, Antonio will be here at some point to help me with the Dungeons & Dragons. So I may be able to have time to set aside while he runs the table, because we got to keep the flow of people in and out, because that's important, don't you know? And so because of that, may have to kind of set aside a little bit of time to, if there's an empty table, to go talk about, well, whatever it is you want to talk. Okay. So Danny says that DC, he believes DC is teaching Magic, and that's a great guy. DC and how to ride horses. Oh boy, inside joke. That's a D&D joke. Nobody's going to get that, Danny, but okay, I got you. If DC's watching, he's probably cringing. When he looks at this later, he's going to cringe. So anyway, there'll be a lot of people. Magic, Dal Moody. I do believe Fiona will be here to talk about painting, whether it's building terrain, painting miniatures. She does a wonderful job. If you've never seen her work, you got to come in. I believe it's the first Saturday of each month. She's here. She's teaching classes. You can see some of her work. It's awesome. Simply amazing. And it's more than just tabletop quality. I mean, she can teach you how to do tabletop quality. She can teach you how to do something that's so unique that you can enter into a what's that called? The Golden Demon Award contest to get the award. So there you have it. She's that good. So kind of as a wrap up, I want to invite all of you again to the game day tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. So when you see this tonight, later on today, make plans. It's from 11 to 4, 5 hours. Come in, pop in with your kids, pop in with the family, pop in alone. It don't matter. Just come on over. Check out some of the cool stuff going on. Check out some of the games. There's going to be like a little scavenger hunt. There always is. That's the cool thing about game day. There's always a little scavenger hunt where you play the game and you learn about what's going on as we go along, which is always cool. Yes, it is. And check out all the new figures. So we talked about Fizbin's Treasury of Dragons. I'm not going to open it live. I was going to, but there's a lot of stuff, and I want to open it with Antonio, so I'm going to wait on him. But it's amazing. There's two. Oh, well, let me tell you a little something about it. All right. I didn't really.
Have you opened the book yet?
Oh yeah, I have the book.
The book is amazing. It gives you
I will
updated
put the sword. I will put the sunblade over here.
Yeah.
Yes, and they do have swords for sale here. There's really cool ones. But so talking about this here. Now I'm going to show them the sword, but talk about the treasury here. So if you look at here, hold that up to the camera so I think see it. If you look to your far right, see that big set? There's two big box sets that have the big creatures in them. Then there's 6 of them, so you still get 8. You still get 8 boosters, but the left ones contain the larger creatures, and they're all randomly in there. And then the boosters on the right have the smaller creatures. And there's all kinds. Like I said, these 2 dragons come from those boosters. Okay, you put that one down there. Come from that set. All right, so I love showing off this. This is a whole new unique. It's a new packaging that they have. It's very unique. I like it. I actually kind of like having this side with the big creatures in it already, and then 6 of the boosters. Takes out, you get something cool. So here, show them. These are the 2. This is the sapphire. That's the sapphire dragon. It looks beautiful, and that is the amethyst dragon in the other hand.
That one's a little loose.
Yeah. You put them together. That's the thing.
I meant like stand-wise.
I got you. All right, so there we go.
Oh, that's cool. The wings.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's translucent. It's amazing. I love these things.
To those of you that have read the book, Pearl Dragons.
Oh, Pearl Dragons. But we're not gonna give away anything. But all these are all like what are they called? The gemstone dragons.
Mhm.
These are all gemstone dragons. So you've got the sapphire, the amethyst, the ruby, the emerald.
If you want to get your girlfriend into Dungeons and Dragons, this is probably the way to do it.
Yes.
Especially if they like crystals.
Yes.
They have they have an expanded version of one of the races in there.
I'm
I'm not going further than that.
We don't give away all the secrets on Dungeons and Dragons. Well, you can tell them that. Go ahead, tell them that. Go ahead, tell them.
Well, I did. I told him there's an expanded version of one of the classic races from the Player's Handbook.
Well, tell them which one. No, don't tell them which one.
No, that's the surprise.
That's the surprise. Okay, see, that's what we do. We tease you. But hey,
get the book and you'll find out.
So this has been a lot of fun. And don't forget, for all you Magic players, the Baldur's Gate Magic Commander set has come out.
If y'all don't,
that's the booster. Hey, get them while. Tell little man to shush. Willie Blanc. That's my brother telling you to shush.
Love you too, Willie. If y'all don't want the full art, I'll take it.
All right, well, come on over here as we say goodbye. So, once again, this is Andy. He runs a wonderful beginner's game on Wednesdays at 6:30, and we go till about 8:30, 9 o'clock, depending on the scenario. And, hey, you can always sit there and come by when he's here and ask him questions. He'll be happy to talk to you. And show you a couple things. All right. Well, thanks for coming out on the show. I appreciate you. All right. So, from John's Dungeon Corner at the Collective in Altamont Springs, Florida, as always, may the road rise up to meet your feet, and may all your adventures be successful. Lots of gold, lots of platinum, and may the heavens rain magical items down upon you.
So roll low for your adventures.
Anyway, y'all have a great time. This guy, I don't know where I found him, but everybody have a wonderful weekend. I will see you tomorrow here at the Collective. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and watching the show. And for those of you who see it later, I hope you make it tomorrow.